Hello, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the J Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Joshua Nowakowski, excited to bring you another episode of the podcast. If you're watching on YouTube, you can tell there is a difference in where I'm in the same area, but I have my dad got this cool new table where I normally record my podcast on our office table in the house. And he got this new table from Costco that you can raise it up or raise it down. And so you know what? I'm trying it raised up. I'm standing up, no sitting down. You can see the full jersey, LaMelo Ball Hornets jersey. So I'm gonna try it, Pat McAfee style, the stand-up podcast kind of thing. I'm gonna see how it works out. Hopefully the audio. Hopefully I don't sound far away from the mic. If I do, please just let me know in the comments or DM me, or if you have my phone number, text me. Just let me know you're hey, you sound distant, and I'll go back to what I normally do, or I'll figure a way around it. But I want to try an episode standing up, moving around. I am, why not? Let's do it. Let's see how it turns out. I'm excited. I hope you're excited because I'm excited. But let's get straight on into today's episode. First off, I want to go into the NBA. There are some big things in the NBA. MLB trade deadline was today, which is why I waited till Friday night to record, because I knew there was shit going down and I wanted to record. And I wanted to wait till after the trade deadline because some stuff happened. Some stuff happened that we're going to talk about. And yeah, that's really all. Football news. There's some Aaron Rodgers stuff that we got to talk about. But let's lead off. Like I said, I'm super excited. Let's talk about the NBA. So, the NBA draft was held Thursday night. But before that happened, we had a blockbuster deal between the Los Angeles Lakers and the Washington Wizards. The Washington Wizards are sending Russell Westbrook to the Lakers and 2 future second-round picks in 2024 and 2028. And the Lakers are sending Kyle Kuzma, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, KCP, and Montrezl Harrell, and their number 22 pick last night to the Wizards in exchange for Mr. $45-50 million year man Russell Westbrook. But Russell Westbrook's a Laker. There are a lot of thoughts on Twitter, and I've seen around, a lot of people aren't fans. Laker fans aren't fans of this move. I mean, I understand you're we need shooting. I understand that. But do you guys realize every freaking shooter we bring in sucks ass as soon as he comes here? Right? Every shooter we bring in comes in and just sucks at shooting all of a sudden. Every shooter, it happens every time. So, and people were getting real. I mean, my boy George was getting real upset at the fact that we didn't trade for Buddy Hield. Dude, okay. Buddy Hield and Russell Westbrook. Come on. Russell Westbrook all the way. And everyone knows I'm not the biggest Russell Westbrook fan. But that is an easy decision in my book. Westbrook over Buddy Hield. And one thing that if I need to make more reasons why Westbrook's the right choice, here's another one. Ever since LeBron has been in LA, the point guard position has been a serious question mark, right? It was Lonzo Ball, and that didn't work out. And then it was, did we go? No, we didn't. We went from Lonzo Ball, then it was Rondo Caruso kind of thing, which kind of worked. I feel like I'm forgetting a point guard in there, but oh well. And then it was Schroeder. Schroeder sucked the second half of the year. So it's been a rotating door of point guards. Now you bring in Russell Westbrook. That is a point guard. That is someone who can take the ball up the floor and take that pressure off LeBron. So LeBron doesn't need to take the ball up the floor, as many times as he's done in the past few years. He can take a deep breath knowing, all right, I got Brody, I got my boy Russ taking the ball up, and he's okay with that. Before he was like, I got Schroeder, I don't know, or Alonzo, I don't know about that. Now he's got Russell Westbrook. He has a guy that he can trust. He has someone he can trust taking the ball up the floor. So that's a big key. That is a very big key. And I understand Russell Westbrook can't shoot the three ball. That's fine. He can attack the paint like no man's business, though. And he is Mr. Triple-Double. He is going to get boards. He's going to find the open man, and he's going to attack the paint. And, you know what else he's going to give? He's going to give hustle every single play. Every single play, offensively and defensively, he's going to give you hustle in 110%. And that's something I thought Schroeder gave us. And he did in the first half of the year. And then you saw lapses where he'd quit on plays in the second half. And then in the playoffs, these lapses where he just gave up on the play, didn't run back on defense. Russell Westbrook ain't going to do that. He's going to give you heart and hustle offensively and defensively, and he's going to give you 40 minutes a night. So this is a great trade for the Lakers. And you trade, okay, Kyle Kuzma was going anyways. Montrezl Harrell didn't want to be there. He only opted in because he knew he was going to be leaving. And KCP, yeah, that one's a little, sucks a little bit, but he's so inconsistent, let's be honest here. He was very inconsistent for us. And the pick, I know it was a deep draft, but oh well, I'm fine with it. I can live knowing that we didn't draft at 22, but we have Russell Westbrook instead. I can live with that. So I'm fine with that. I'm happy with the trade. And why are we going to slander and say this can't work? These guys can't work together. It's too much. It's no shooters. It can't work. They haven't had a practice together. They haven't played a game together. Y'all gotta lay off on the slander here. I mean, seriously, you guys need to stop. And how about you wait for them actually to be on a court together and see how they play together before you just decide to judge them. That's what I'm going to say. I'm happy with the trade. I'm super excited about it. I liked it a lot. And I'm super pumped to have Russell Westbrook in LA. Yeah, I'm super excited about that. But like I was saying, NBA draft then was held last night. If you want a super deep, in-depth look at the draft, I was on 2.5 Hoopers podcast. That episode dropped Friday. We went through the lottery 1 through 14, talking pros and cons of all the draft picks. So if you want a super in-depth look, go check out that podcast. I had a blast with them. It was super fun. It was a grand old time. One of the better, it was legendary podcast. So y'all go listen to that if you want an in-depth look. I'm just kind of going to quickly go down. I'm not going to spend a ton of time on this, but I do want to talk about certain things, players dropping, winners, losers, steals, breaches, this and that. So Cade Cunningham taken number 1 overall, obvious pick, going to Detroit. Hopefully he can build something special there in Detroit and get them back on the right track. But, the right pick. Jalen Green taken 2nd overall to Houston. I'm okay with the pick. I really like Mobley. Mobley's one of my favorite players in this draft. He's my 2nd favorite player in the draft. You'll find out who my 1st is. And if you know me well, you should already know who number 1 is. But Jalen Green going to Houston. He's a great shooter. I know a lot of people ooh, his shot selection is not great. Well, that's shots you got to hit in the NBA that he's taken in this G League where you're playing against higher end talent. Guys that are trying to get back into the NBA. So, I think he's going to become a great scorer, great shooter. I just like Mobley more. But I'm okay with that pick for Houston. 3rd overall, that was USC's Evan Mobley. He was going to Cleveland, where it seems like Jarrett Allen will not be in Cleveland next season. I know someone's like, oh, you could put Mobley at the 4, Jarrett at the 5. Rip that plan up, throw it to shreds, get it out of here. We don't need that here. Nope, don't need that. Mobley, I like the pick. one of my favorite guys in the draft. Just a big guy, athletic, and yeah, I really like his skill set, and I think it's a good pick for Cleveland. For Toronto, taking Scotty Barnes. Yeah, I thought Suggs was the pick there. It filled a need for Toronto, but Scotty Barnes, yeah, it's okay. It's an okay pick. I would have much rather seen Suggs go there, but didn't happen. And then Suggs dropped 5 to Orlando, a team that's already pretty point guard heavy, and then you're going to get Suggs in there, so you're going to have somewhat of an odd man out because you got Fultz, you got Cole Anthony, you still have RJ Hampton that you got in the Aaron Gordon trade, and now you're going to add in Jalen Suggs. Jalen Suggs, a great shooter, great player on both ends. I like him a lot. Great, and good pick for Orlando at 5. At 6, the Thunder did not like this pick at all. Josh Giddey, that was a reach for me. Yeah, I just wasn't a fan of the pick. I believe, he was the. I don't know he's not a great shooter. His shooting percentages weren't great. I remember that's what it was on him because trying to muscle memory, but I'm pulling up my notes right now. But yeah. He was out of Australia or NBL or Australia, I think. Australia, I believe, is the league he was from. And yeah, he's just not a great shooter. He's still working on that. And yeah, so that's my evaluation of that pick at 6. 7, the Warriors. Oh, what are the Warriors doing? What are the Warriors doing? Jacob Lehman, I'm going to take this out of your book, but he said it on the podcast last night. You are the most championship-ready team, bringing Clay and Steph back. You are in championship win-now mode. And who did you take? You took the biggest project, the least NBA-ready prospect, Jonathan Kuminga at 7. What? Come on. What are you doing there? That's not the right pick. That's not the right pick there, Jonathan Kuminga. That was not the pick. Yeah, that wasn't right. At 8, Orlando up again, taking Franz Wagner. I love saying that name. I think this was a great pick. Orlando had a great draft. I liked what they did in the draft. So yeah, they took him at 8. Davion Mitchell, 9 to Sacramento. This was again, what are you doing pick? You have so many, you're so guard heavy. And Davion Mitchell is not a combo guard. He is a point guard only. So you're telling me your 9th overall pick is coming off the bench? Most likely for you. And you have De'Aaron Fox. It's not like you have an old guy in there. You have De'Aaron Fox in there. So I don't like this pick at all for Sacramento. At 10, Zaire Williams going to Memphis. Liked this pick a lot. A great pick to go around Ja, Dylan Brooks, and Jaren Jackson Jr. I like this pick a lot. It was a good pick. Way to go, Memphis there. Here he is. I know you've been waiting. Who's my favorite player in the draft? Well, I'm wearing that team's jersey right now. Number 11 overall. He fell way down, but I'm okay with it. And I'll tell you why in a second. James Bouknight, combo guard out of UConn, going to the Charlotte Hornets. The reason I was okay with him falling is I didn't like the fits of everyone up before. I didn't like him as in OKC. I definitely didn't like him in the Warriors because he's coming off the bench there. Orlando, really guard heavy. Sacramento, guard heavy. Pelicans, I actually would have been okay with. That's the only other one I would have been fine with. But Charlotte with LaMelo, Malik Monk, woo, oof. And they drafted Kai Jones at later on at 19 in the draft. Yeah. I love this pick. James Bouknight, my favorite player in the draft. Great shot creator, 3-level scorer, really athletic. He can fly high, and yeah, he can yam it on you every once in a while. I love and he plays hard. From Brooklyn. He grew up in Brooklyn, went to UConn, going to Charlotte. I'll let you know right now, I've ordered my James Bouknight rookie jersey. His number was made and everything. So I ordered it. It's going to be the white and teal jersey since I already got the teal LaMelo. I'm going to go white and teal, the white with the teal stripes for my James Bouknight jersey. But, man, a steal for Charlotte here at 11. Love this pick. Spurs 12, Josh Primo. Again, they're really guard heavy. I understand this was a guard heavy draft, but I would not have taken him here. It wouldn't have been my pick. I would have taken Kispert here probably, or the Turkish center, Sengun. I would have taken Sengun. I don't know how to pronounce his name. I would have taken him there. 13, Chris Duarte. I like the pick. The dude is going to give you 110% every play. And yeah, he likes to shoot. He's not afraid. Confidence is not an issue for him. So I like the pick there. 13 for New Orleans, and then 14 just to wrap up the lottery part of it. Moses Moody. Again, I think Kispert would have been the better pick here. Kispert following to Washington at 15. Good for them. But yeah, the Warriors keeping both their picks, that was not the move at all. That was not the move when you're in win now mode. And like, if you're going to keep the picks, take some dudes who are NBA ready, right? Take some dudes who are ready to play in the NBA right now. Because Kuminga is not NBA ready. They did it last year with Wiseman. They're doing it now with Kuminga. Moody's will be fine off the bench. But damn, they really dropped the ball on this, not trading back or not trading these picks to get somebody. Yeah, I didn't. So winners and losers. Losers, Sacramento. You don't need a guard. I understand it's guard heavy, but try and trade back. Definitely the Warriors here. Yeah, those were my two big losers in the draft. Even the Giddey pick for OKC, didn't like that one. Winners, Orlando. They had a wonderful draft. Excellent draft from Orlando. Getting Suggs to fall, and then you're gonna add Franz. Great for Orlando. And my boys in Chi-Town in Charlotte, baby. Getting Bouknight, getting Kai Jones at 19. I love this. And trading for Mason Plumlee before the draft as well. I love it. I freaking love it. They had a great draft. Super excited on what's going on in Charlotte there. Super excited for the future there. But yeah, and I mean, the Lakers, they signed some free agents. Mac McClung, ball is life god. He's going to be on the Lakers Summer League team. They Tay Ajayi or J-A-I. I don't know how to pronounce his name. It looks like Jay Ajayi. It's not. But he's a shooter. So Lakers getting, knowing they need shooters, bringing some rookies in for Summer League, seeing how they do. I like it. I'm cool with it. Clippers, sneaky good draft, getting Trey Mann, Brandon Boston Jr., and Jason Preston. Good draft for the Clippers as well. Look at me talking good about the Clippers. Wow, this is a real positive day, I guess. But yeah, they had a good draft. So I think that's really all the draft stuff I wanted to talk. Winners, losers. Steals, Jalen Suggs at 5, James Bouknight at 11. And I guess if we're really going to go, let's go in, round 2. There were a couple, round 2 had Sharif Cooper fall to 48 to Atlanta. I thought that was a great pick for Atlanta. Jared Butler at 40 to Utah. Those are 2 big steals as well, second round steals. Names to look out for. Very good players. And kind of the picks Josh Giddey, I didn't like that pick. Those were like the stretches. Josh Primo going at 12. That was a stretch. Those are my two big like reaches, I guess. Those were the two yeah, I guess those would be my two big ones there. But yeah, that my NBA draft talk. I had a great time watching the draft. It was fun. I had a good time watching, and yeah, so that's all the NBA talk I got for you. Give me your thoughts on the Russell Westbrook trade. I want to hear your thoughts, what you guys think about it. If you think the Lakers gave up too much, if the Wizards got enough back, yeah, I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on that. But moving on, we're gonna go to the NFL before we we're gonna end off on the MLB. But going to the NFL, Aaron Rodgers looks like he's gonna play for the Packers. I was wrong. He's gonna play for the Packers, unfortunately. But it looks like it's gonna be his last year in Green Bay. He has very much indicated he hates ownership and hates the guys upstairs on that team. And it seems like this is going to be his last year, and then he's going to be traded to really wherever he wants, it seems like. That's the deal in place. He was under the impression that he was going to be traded this year, this offseason, so he's really upset about that, rightfully so. If you say you're going to trade someone and you don't, kind of like Jack Eichel in the NHL, telling him you're going to trade him and then it hasn't happened, that pisses you off. And Jack Eichel, that's a bad situation, but I'm not going to get into that. But yeah, that's just Packers. They screwed the pooch. They're going to get one more year of Aaron, and then he's going to leave, and then it's the Jordan Love show, and you just pray to God that he's ready, or that you get in the trade, you get a good quarterback back or something. I don't know, but Aaron Rodgers, it's going to be his last dance with the Packers this upcoming season. Super excited for football season. Side Vikings note, D.D. Westbrook signed as the Vikings wide receiver 3. Love the pickup. Love the offensive weapons. We better be passing the ball more this year, or I will be pissed off and calling for Mike Zimmer's head. But I just want to throw in those NFL thoughts out at you guys. Training camp has started. Preseason is coming right up around the corner. And I'm going to have I have a fun idea for my schedule when the NFL season starts. I'm thinking I'm going to have one podcast come out. I'll do it either Friday or Saturday. I'll have a podcast come out. And then Monday night, right after the Monday night game concludes, I'll record a podcast just recapping NFL from Thursday, Sunday, and Monday games. Week 1, week 2, just recapping all the games. Because I know a lot of my listeners are big NFL fans as well. So if you like that idea, let me know. I'd love to hear your thoughts if you think that's a good idea or no, that's not a good idea. Just talk about the big things in football. But it would be going through game by game, giving my thoughts, because I got the Red Zone channel. I'm going to be glued to it on Sundays, so I'll get to see a lot of the games. Let me know if you like that idea or not, though, but I like the idea, but we'll see. Moving on, MLB, last topic of the night. Woo, the MLB trade deadline. Wow. That's all I'm going to say is wow. I don't even know where to start. I guess I'll start small and go bigger and bigger. San Diego Padres, Adam Frazier, great pickup for San Diego. I love this for them. A great versatile player, underrated, multiple positions. He is like the Dodgers version of Chris Taylor, in my opinion. That's what I see him as. So I like the pick a lot. And then also they did get Jake Mariznick from the Cubs. Good defensive outfielder, not much of a bat, but great with the glove, good arm. And Daniel Hudson of the Washington Nationals, relief pitcher. That trade, they gave up a lot for a rental in that one. So, Hudson's good, but talking to my Padres fan, Andy, he wasn't too happy with who they gave up. So that's what the Padres did at the deadline. some of the minor moves. Now we're getting to some of the bigger moves. There are some other small minor ones. But the New York Yankees, they're going balls to the walls. They're really trying to win. They bring in Joey Gallo and Anthony Rizzo to the team. Wow. Wow is all I'm going to say on that. But yeah, Joey Gallo, Anthony Rizzo on the Yankees. Rizzo's already hit 1 home run with the Yankees, so that trade's already seeming to pay off, and the Yankees are making that push for the playoffs right now. I'm going to pull up like what they gave up and stuff because that does matter. That does matter in these trades, who they gave up and all of that. So I'm moving down. I'm trying to find it. Of course I'm going to have trouble finding it because the NBA draft was before this, so I'm missing. Man, where the heck is it? Because I feel like it was right. Was it before that? Oh yeah, it was. Okay, my bad there. Sorry guys. So yeah, Rizzo to the Yankees. And it doesn't say who they gave up. I'm sure it's just some prospects. Yeah, I don't know let me know if you think the Yankees gave up a lot for who they got or not. And then some other smaller deals. White Sox, Ryan Tempora, Cesar Hernandez, and then the big one that they got, Craig Kimbrell. He got added to the bullpen. It was a wholesale sale fire for the Chicago Cubs and really bolstering up the bullpen. For the White Sox, being, legit World Series contenders this year. So, yeah, they did give up Nick Madrigal in the trade with Craig Kimbrell. I love Nick Madrigal. I'm a fan of his game. I love the way he plays. But I understand why they made the moves they did, and I'm okay with that trade. But yeah, good trade for the White Sox, really bolstering up the bullpen. The Mariners adding in Diego Castillo, bolstering their bullpen as well. And they also traded. So yeah, the Mariners also got Tyler Anderson, adding in a lefty, but they did trade Kendall Graveman to the Astros in division trade. Not a big fan of that, but seeing what happened with everything, there it is. So the Mariners, they're looking to try and sneak into that wild card spot, and I love it. I love it. Next, the Blue Jays, they're going to go out. They get Brad Hand, a nice lefty reliever. I love that move for them. And then they got a big fish. Oh, they get a big fish. They get Jose Barrios from the Twins. Wow, I blanked on that. From the Minnesota Twins. Giving up Austin Martin, though, and a pitcher. They gave up a lot. He is under control for more than the rest of this season. But you get a good pitcher. Hopefully, they're making a push for the wild card as well. So we'll see what happens there in Toronto. But they're putting their chips into this year. So the Blue Jays, I like those moves. We'll see if it pays off for them. The Braves really were weird to me. They added, Richard Rodriguez, Jorge Soler, Adam Duvall. They added Jock Peterson earlier. It's like the Braves are so weird to me because they lose Acuna. You think, okay, let's just revamp. Then they go on a little streak, and now they're really, I guess they're making a playoff push here. So we'll see if that pays off. I don't know if it will, but we'll see. Then also you had, there are just a lot of trades. Eduardo Escobar going from the D-backs to the Brewers. The Brewers also add left-handed pitcher Daniel Norris from Detroit. So they get some arms up there in Milwaukee. They're making, they're looking good this year. So like those moves. You had the Phillies. They got Freddie Galvis. They got Kyle Gibson, Ian Anderson, I believe. Ian Anderson, and Spencer Hayward traded from the Phillies to Texas Rangers. I think that was a great pull for Texas to get Spencer Howard. A great move for them. The A's adding in Josh Harrison, Yan Gomes, and I know that there's another player, and I'm looking for it right now. And if I don't, and Starling Marte. There was Starling Marte also going to the A's. The A's, they're trying to, contend with those Astros for the division, making a playoff push. I like the moves they made. You had the Boston Red Sox go out and get Kyle Schwarber from the Nationals. Schwarber went on a tear, and now he's got a new home in Boston, as Boston is surprising everybody this year in the run that they're doing in first place in the AL East. So, get another big power bat. Good for them. Cardinals adding in John Lester and J.A. Happ. J.A. Happ has struggled this year. Struggled big time this year. So, yeah, we'll see if those moves pay off. I did forget also the Braves. Eddie Rosario, he did get added to the Braves as well. I forgot about that trade. So, he's also on the Braves from the Cleveland Guardians next year. Cleveland Indians, but they'll be the Guardians next year. And really, the Dodgers added Danny Duffy too. Nice lefty. He'll come out of the bullpen in the playoffs. He might take Urias' spot in the bullpen or in the rotation to get Urias some rest, so he's ready for the playoffs. But I think that was really it, right? That was all that happened at the trade deadline. Oh no, there were some splashes that happened. Then a few splashes that happened here. You had the Giants. They go out and get Chris Bryant. And at first, Joey Bart was involved in the trade. And I was like, holy cow, you guys just gave up so much for a rental. Joey Bart was not involved. They did not give up a lot for Chris Bryant. Good trade for the Giants. And that was with minutes left at the deadline. So great move there by the Giants, in the division lead right now. Dodgers trying to catch up to them. And then you had the Mets. They go out and get Javier Baez. Yeah, Lindor and Baez now. That wow. Let's try that sentence again. Second base shortstop combo. And so great move for the Mets. They're looking to make a run, but Jacob deGrom goes down with an injury. Don't know when he's going to be. He won't be throwing for at least 2 weeks, so that's a brutal blow for the Mets. Yeah. And the Dodgers. You guys think I forgot. I didn't forget. The Dodgers did what they do. They go out, acquire 3-time Cy Young Award winner Max Scherzer and Trey Turner, all-star shortstop for the Nationals. They do give up Keibert Ruiz, Josiah Gray, and 2 other Double-A prospects. And holy crap, this Dodgers team. When they're healthy, this lineup is absolutely ridiculous and filthy. And they're going to need it for this playoffs. They're going to need everyone to step up to try and win the division, because right now they are 3 games behind the Giants for first place. So yeah, Dodgers big move here, adding in Scherzer. His first start looks like it's going to be against the Astros on Wednesday. Super pumped for that. Don't know when Trey Turner's going to be back. He was put on the COVID list earlier in the week, so don't know when we're going to see his debut. Hopefully sooner rather than later. But, man, I am so happy. I love this move for the Dodgers. I'm so excited to see these guys in Dodger blue. I can't wait for Scherzer's debut. I can't wait for Trey Turner's debut. Super excited, and I'm okay with the prospects we gave up. Ruiz is a great catcher, but we have Cartaya in the minors, and we have Will Smith. We have guys. We have catchers. So I was okay with losing him. Josiah Gray, that's a tough loss, but we have so many arms on this team. I'm okay with that. And you're adding in Scherzer, 3-time Cy Young. He is a free agent at the end of this season, so we'll see. Maybe he resigns, maybe he doesn't. We'll see. Trey Turner, free agent next season, so we have him for this rest of this year and all of next year. And hey, we'll see if we can work out an extension with him and get him to stay in Dodger blue, because I would absolutely love that. But yeah, so that all of that went down at the deadline. If you know a Cubs or Nationals fan, please give them a hug and say, I'm sorry. They sold their whole team. The Cubs, I mean, Jock, Kimbrel, Bryant, Rizzo, Baez, Tempura, Mariznick. I think I got them all. But, yeah. I mean, give them a hug and say I'm sorry. It was just a few years ago that they won the World Series and were dominating baseball. And it was like Brizzo forever. These guys are the future of the Cubs, and now they're all gone. I mean, yeah, that's just, I honestly feel for Cubs fans. That's sad. It's really sad. So I feel for the Cubs. They went in with higher expectations this year, and we're underperforming. And, now it's just rebuild. Let's see what these prospects that they get in all these trades can do. The Nationals won the World Series 2 years ago, and they traded frickin' everybody. Scherzer, Turner, Josh Harrison, Yan Gomes, Kyle Schwarber, Daniel Hudson. I think that's it. Was Brad Hand on the Nationals? Whoa, sorry. He was at one point. Was he on the Nationals, though? Hang on. Let me look. No. Yeah, he was. Brad Hand was on the Nationals as well. And I'm sure I'm forgetting one because I feel like that wasn't everyone that got traded. No, I said Schwarber. Yeah. Oh, John Lester. That was a last-minute trade. So, the Nationals, they're waiting for all those prospects to get up, to come back from the trades, because the Nationals and Cubs played today, and just go look at the lineups. There were some guys in there that probably just got called up because they are waiting for these prospects to come in and stuff like that. But yeah, just give a Nationals fan a hug. Juan Soto, man, why is he still there? Why is he still there? Because if you're going to trade everybody, why is he still there? And yeah, the Cubs losing all those guys, they're total rebuild mode. But yeah, that was a crazy trade deadline. And a little bit more of MLB news. Fernando Tatis did go down with a shoulder injury tonight, sliding into third base. You hate to see that. It's the shoulder injury he dealt with earlier in the year when he missed. He went on the 10-day IL and came back in 10 days. We'll see what happens here. We'll see if they keep him out longer or if he tries to come back. We'll see what happens. But that was the trade deadline, and it was absolutely crazy. We had Jeff Passan bombs. We had Woj bombs. It was absolute madness, and I loved every minute of it. But I think that's all I got for you guys. I don't want this podcast to run too long. So I think I'm going to wrap it up here. If you enjoyed the standing podcast type of thing, let me know. Or if you're just like, nah, just sit, I'm fine with that too. I want to get your thoughts on it. Let me know about the audio, if I sound far away or not. Hopefully I don't. And I appreciate each and every one of my listeners. Subscribe on YouTube. Follow me on Spotify. Subscribe, follow on Apple. 5-star review. I really appreciate it. Like and comment on the Instagram post. I want to interact. I want to talk to you guys. Let me know your thoughts on the NBA draft, the Westbrook trade, the MLB trade deadline, or do you just have a sports question? I love to answer sports questions. So just, I know I didn't get to talk a lot of Olympics, but Olympics are going on. I'm going to end this podcast and go watch some Olympics. So, and yeah, be sure to follow me on Instagram, J_sports_podcast. And that's going to wrap it up for today's episode, you guys. Until next time, this has been Joshua Nowakowski of the J Sports Podcast.